let's look at the long-term potential for Tom Holland and Zendaya, two amazing actors having a true firecracker moment as they launch into their adulthood and their careers. Hi, this is Lydia with the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel. So good to see you today. So hey, I'm a traditional Feng Shui consultant and a Master Bazi Chinese astrologer. Been doing this work for over 20 years. And if this is something that speaks to you, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. So when we're looking at Bazi Chinese astrology, it's really all about the 5 elements and those 4 magical pillars, right? Your year, your month, your day, and your hour. And whether or not you understand the mechanics of what I'm talking about, the information still offers a rich story about how our astrology sets us up for success in our work and in our relationships and in our own welfare, how we're associating with ourselves and how we are able to have good health and get along in our lives. 2 of the most important parts of a Bazi Chinese astrology chart are your pattern, which is determined by the month that you're born in and that element that's associated with that, and your own element, the element that rules you. And we all are one of those 5 elements. And it's from that element that the whole rest of your chart is divined and the story of your entire life is told. And if this is something you're like, whoa, this sounds cool, I would love for Lydia to draft my chart for understanding the story of my life and why my life has been the way it is. And you'll see the links below on getting a oral reading on Zoom or a written reading that comes with a Q&A on Zoom. So check those out. Zendaya is born September 1st, 1996 at 6 o'clock in the evening. And Tom Holland, I don't have a birth time, but we're not really looking at that with him. This is, I would say, a Zendaya forward reading with Tom thrown in just for that compatibility. How compatible are these 2? And in the world of actors and celebrities and Hollywood, or in this case, a little America and a little England, it really feels like these 2 really have a chance at long-term love. And I personally love Zendaya in Dune. I also love her fashion sense and how elegant she comes off. Truly, she shines. And it's funny that she shines because, you know, in her little petite self, I just love watching her fashion. She is yin, born on a yin metal ox day. Now, yin metal people, I always think of as sparkly. I want to say that is J-Lo, but I could be wrong. But anyway, these are people that they really are like little diamonds. And they sparkle and shine, just like it says. So her 4 pillars, breaking it down, is a Yang Fire Rat year, the month of Yang Fire Monkey, the day of Yin Metal Ox again, and the hour of Yin Fire Rooster. Beautiful. Now, we can see that rooster sitting in her hour really shows somebody who, just like a rooster, she has the fashion, the flair, the need for center stage, to sing, to act, to perform, to be seen and be heard. And for some roosters, they can also be people that wake us up to something, like if they have a platform or a message that they're trying to convey. And also continuing to look at her hour, we see that this is yin fire rooster, and this really speaks of her being herself. She is a genuine, authentic person with a great, strong work ethic. She is reliable, loyal, and true. She's also extremely hardworking. And her job, her work challenges her. It is a challenge for her. And she will come up against criticisms, and she's going to have flops as much as she has successes. But she is up for that challenge. And Zendaya is someone who surrounds herself with her people, with her audience, with her fans, she has a glorious circle around her. And you might have heard me mention numerous times in her chart that metal element. And it is so heavy into her chart. 40+% of her elements, her 5 elements. Ideally, you want around 20 to 25% of each element for a balanced chart, which I have to say, most of us don't have balanced charts. But hers is really heavy on metal. So there's a big focus on herself. So it's not surprising to see this as someone who is in celebrity. And we see this a lot, that they have a very inflated sense of self, and yet she does not come off as arrogant. She comes off as authentic, and that is exactly what's in her chart. Now, also saying that this woman is a survivor. She's a fighter. She is strong and mighty, all right? And she's someone that has this joie de vivre of living life to its fullest, surrounding herself with beauty. And also having her head in the clouds, being a dreamer, a little lazy at times, like she's destined to wealth. She's destined to be successful. And some of that head in the clouds, dreaminess about her adds a little bit to the mystique of how she presents herself to the world. Now, the rat-ox combination is a sweet combination for someone, remembering that your year is your overarching personality, but really true to you is your day animal. And a lot of people have a blend of the two or lean to one or the other, depending on the rest of the chart. For her, it is a blending for sure, because rat people, that's really nice having that rooster there. Rat people also are very social, love to be around people. They're very good at accumulating things like awards or money or a fan base. And the ox as her day, oxen are the hardest working people of the zodiac. You see her from one opening, premiere to the next, from one event to the next. She just keeps going. And that's what she will do. And again, her work is challenging her, but she's up for that challenge. This is her life. This is what she's born to be doing. Now, let's look at, I'm going to show you actually 2 pieces about each of their charts, specific to where they are in their lives right now. And then we'll talk about the compatibility of Tom and Zendaya. Now, her current luck cycle is going to end in a matter of months in November. And this is a big shift in her life because this previous luck cycle was 10 years ago, and she was very young. And so as this cycle is ending, she's coming to the end of that journey that was ruled by a yang wood horse, which is great. because in her chart, we know that she has 44 or so, more or less, probably more, percentage of metal. She has very little resource supporting her, which is earth. That's 9%. Water is what she creates and manifests. That's balanced at 20%, but there's no wood in her chart. Her fire is strong and solid at 32%, but because there's no wood, it's kind of hanging out there, right? There's not a lot for the fire to do because the earth is weak, and it's kind of, with all of that metal challenging it, she's got to really be careful about sabotaging her career through the sheer amount of her own element pulling from her career. And so we come to the need of that wood element, which has been present these last 10 years for her. Now, what does that wood bring her? Well, the yang wood brings her money, wealth, success, vibrancy, travel, all that opulent life that she has. And the horse is earth and fire, yin fire with a little earth, yin earth. And this is jump starting her career. This is where her career began. This also highlights education, learning. What is inspiring her? What is backing her? What is that backing? And that backing can be a movie is backing her or whatever. So she's got this, all of the elements have come together for her in this luck cycle that's about to change. And again, November 2024, she is going to be moving into a new luck cycle. And this feels like a real shift for her because this is moving her into a time ruled by a yin water snake. So we lose the wood. And that is possibly problematic. One of the things that I'm wondering, this speaks strongly of daughters, if she's going to have children. It also, in the next 10 years, speaks strongly of her getting really involved in some super fun projects and being very, very busy with all that she's creating and doing. In addition to that, starting in November, and I'm wondering if these two are going to get married because in November, when this luck cycle starts, she's in for this feels to me like, yes, her career is there for sure, but so is family, getting married, a long-term love affair that becomes deeper and more committed. And this whole feeling of a nest. Her responsibilities are going to magnify with all that's happening in the next 10 years for her, and she will still be very busy. In all of this, she will be playing some different roles and exploring her own self. And part of that could be exploring the role of being a mom. Just saying. All right. So where is Zendaya in 2024? Well, we know that we're in a yang wood dragon year. So we have that yang wood that will sustain itself even after she's changed luck cycles and lost her yang wood, right? The yang wood of 2024 will carry on into next year when a yin wood snake will join. Now, the only caveat with this that's a bit of a concern is that snake and the monkey in her month form a semi-penalty. Now, this is hitting directly with her parents because that's what you see in your month. And I don't know anything about her personal life, but if there is anything going on with her father, older brothers, or her mother specifically, I could see something happening with them that causes her major problems. Okay. For instance, let's say, God forbid, something really dramatic happens to one of her parents, and it like something about that sidelines her. She's got to be really careful in this next 10 years about the welfare of her parents, and again, if she has older brothers, but also she's got to be careful with things that have legal ramifications. She's got to be careful with her safety and her overall welfare, and that includes her finances. There is something very shaky about all of that with this semi-penalty of the snake and the monkey. All right, so it's interesting that the snake is coming in because Tom Holland has 2 snakes in his chart. But before we get to Tom, let me just finish up her 2024. So she still has the wood. And again, that's wealth, and it's all being magnified this year. The wealth, the success, all that she's doing, amazing. This year also speaks of her mom and the mother archetype, the goddess archetype. And it speaks a little of her father. This is an interesting thing. And it speaks of her having to take care of legal stuff. And that could include signing contracts, to be honest, or keeping up with her taxes. Blah, blah, that's not exciting. And then, but there is money coming in. There is love coming in. There is all kinds of fun, joyful activities that she's engaged in. And in that, there is mention, if she were to get pregnant, I would venture to guess it would be a daughter. And that thread will continue into her next 10 years. So, Tom Holland, born June 1st, both of these guys born on the 1st of a month, even though it's still not the month, right? September 1st is still the month of August, still the month of the monkey. June 1st is still the month of the snake, not yet the horse month. He's born June 1st, 1996, so it's the same year, Yang fire rat year, Yin water snake month, Yin earth snake day, and we don't have the hour, so we can't see his career. But what I want to look at with Tom is their compatibility. Let's just break it down. When you look at a couple's chart, you're really looking at the 2 day masters, but both the year and the day can be played around with. The overall combinations of these two, born in the year of a Yang fire rat, shows this is a mutually rewarding relationship. It has long-term success. It is ambitious. It's innovative. It is the perfect match. Wow, I know. It doesn't happen often. And they each bring out different qualities with each other. One of the things they do share in common is they are both dreamers. And that's where the innovativeness, the ability to co-create together, right, is there. And that they both have a strong sense of romance and wanting to socialize, wanting to dream together, as well as be successful together. And so that is awesome. I love to see young love where 2 people pick each other and it's like, yes, this is a match. And I really do hope to see these 2 take it to the next level and enjoy as much time together as they can, given that celebrity romance is how many really last. But these 2 have a great start. So looking at Tom's current place in life, since 2017, he's been in a Yang fire monkey time. which again, because he has 2 snakes in his chart, at least, we still don't know his hour, that snake, his snakes and the monkey form that semi-punishment. And so when we see this, we know that the 2 of them both have this signature of caution with their money, their safety, their health. And yeah. And then next year, 2025, year of the yin wood snake, is going to magnify all that. So there's a real caution for them. Now, his time right now speaks a lot of the mother. Just, I've mentioned that with her with this particular year that we're in. There is this strength of the mother and the mother archetype. It's also taking care of legal things, signing contracts and all of that. And the monkey has brought in a time of change for Tom, trying different things, being innovative, being creative, being bold, taking leaps, whether it's going from the stage to the screen, right? And there is tucked into that success, wealth, marriage, long-term love affairs, all of those wonderful, successful things, and also playing different roles and exploring himself through those roles. Really amazing. 2024 for Tom Holland is highlighting his work. Work is front and center for him right now. Just like for Zendaya, front and center is success. The 2 of these together, boom, really solid. The dragon for Tom highlights the roles that he's playing right now and how he's exploring himself. And within, tucked into that, is the extra money flowing in from all the different projects he might be involved in. And it's also speaking of changes and challenges, perhaps changing the roles he's playing, different projects he's involved in. I will mention that there is a little tucked in there threat of infidelity for him. Now, I can't imagine that happening because these 2 seem very solid. But when we look at their day pillar, what are these 2 looking at for each other? It is definitely a spiritual connection. And this is a beautiful thing. Now, he is looking for, in a lot of ways, the divine mother. He is looking for a mom, goddess. There it is, right? So as long as she's willing to put in that nurturing and that care, and she is looking to be inspired. This is a divine connection that they each are looking for. And tucked into that is they both are looking from each other for creative outlet, doing projects together, having fun together. For him, taking that to the next level and being sometimes a little reckless together, rebelling together. And they both are looking for a friendship. In a lot of ways, these 2 are this. So I give you Zendaya and Tom. And again, if you're interested in your own chart, feel free to hit me up. Happy to meet with you and work on your divination together. And until next time, friends, be well.